Hi there, and welcome to the Elder's Guide. My name is Michael, and I'm truly honored to have you here today. If you're someone in your 60s, 70s, or even wiser in years, you're exactly who this channel was created for. Let me ask you a personal question. Do you ever find yourself waking up once, twice, maybe several times a night just to use the bathroom? If so, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not stuck with it. You see, many people assume that getting up frequently at night is just part of growing older. But here's the truth. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's normal. It doesn't mean you have to accept restless nights and groggy mornings. What most people don't know is that nocturia, that's the medical term for frequent nighttime urination, is often caused not by aging itself, but by a handful of everyday habits that silently mess with your body's natural rhythm. In fact, a study found that 78% of older adults make at least one simple mistake before bed that increases their risk of waking up to pee sometimes, multiple times a night. Now, think about what that does to your sleep. You never reach the deep rest your body needs. You're tired, foggy, maybe even a little anxious. And little by little, it chips away at your independence, your energy, your quality of life. But here's the good news. Once you understand what's really causing those wake-ups, you can take back control. That's what we're going to do together in this video. I'll show you 5 common habits that might be secretly triggering your nighttime trips to the bathroom, plus exactly how to fix them with simple science-backed changes you can start tonight. These are the same tips that have helped thousands of people across the country sleep through the night, feel more energized, and reclaim their mornings, and I want the same for you. But first, if this topic hits close to home, I'd love for you to hit the like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, how many times are you waking up to pee each night? Sharing your experience might help someone else feel less alone, and your support helps us keep creating content that truly makes a difference. Alright, ready to dive into the first habit? Let's get started and give your nights and days a well-deserved reset. Now, before we jump into those 5 habits, I want to pause for a moment, because it's really important that we understand why this issue deserves our attention. See, most people think waking up to pee is just ... a little annoying. You get up, you go, you come back to bed. No big deal, right? But here's what the research tells us. Nocturia is far more than just a sleep disruption. It can actually put your health and even your safety at serious risk. Let me give you a few examples. Did you know that getting up at night increases your chances of falling? Especially if your home is dark or your balance isn't what it used to be. In fact, falls at night are one of the leading causes of injury in older adults, and many of them start with that half-asleep trip to the bathroom. And it doesn't stop there. Studies show that interrupted sleep from nocturia is linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular problems. Yes, that means your heart. And for many people, that broken sleep is also tied to cognitive decline, things like memory issues, slower thinking, even a higher risk of dementia over time. Add to that an increased likelihood of depression and emotional struggles, especially when night after night you feel like you're never fully rested. So let me ask you, how often do you wake up feeling refreshed these days? Now, I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to empower you. Because once you understand the risks, you're more likely to take the right steps to protect yourself. And the best part? This is one of those rare health issues that's almost entirely fixable without pills or procedures, just by changing a few simple habits. That's right. For most people, nocturia isn't caused by a disease or a failing body. It's caused by small things we do, like what we drink, what we eat, when we go to bed, how we sleep, and yes, even what we wear to bed or the room temperature. And that's what makes this such good news. Because once you learn the truth, you can change your nights. You can sleep better. You can feel like yourself again. So if you've been blaming age, or thinking, this is just how it is now, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be. In The next section, I'll walk you through the first habit and why that harmless cup of tea before bed might be doing more harm than good. You don't want to miss this, so stick with me. This could be the night everything changes. Alright, let's dive into the first habit. That might be stealing your sleep without you even realizing it. It's something that sounds simple. In fact, it might even sound obvious. But as we'll see, the mistake here goes a lot deeper than just drinking water. Habit number 1, drinking liquids within 3 hours of bedtime. Now you might be thinking, well, sure, I already try not to drink too much water in the evening. And that's a great start. But here's the surprising part. It's not just water that's the issue. There are a lot of hidden sources of liquid that your body still processes the same way, and many of them might be part of your nightly routine. I'm talking about that soothing cup of chamomile tea, a warm bowl of soup with dinner, juicy fruits like watermelon or cantaloupe, even some medications that require a full glass of water. They all seem innocent, right? But what happens inside your body is fascinating. When you consume liquids, even hidden ones, within about 3 hours of bedtime, your kidneys don't get the memo that it's time to slow down. Instead, they keep processing fluid like it's the middle of the day. And for older adults, this is even more critical. As we age, our bodies produce less vasopressin, the hormone that concentrates urine at night. But here's the catch: when you stop flooding your system with liquid late in the day, your body starts making more vasopressin naturally. That means less urine, less bladder pressure, and fewer nighttime wake-ups. Let me share the story of Margaret, a 72-year-old viewer from Phoenix. For years, she was waking up 4 to 5 times a night. She tried everything: cutting out water, adjusting her medications, even considering surgery. But nothing worked until she realized her evening bowl of vegetable soup and herbal tea were the real culprits. Once Margaret set a simple liquid curfew, stopping all fluids, even those hidden ones, by 6 p.m. she saw results in just 2 weeks. She now wakes up only once a night and says her energy during the day has completely transformed. So here's how you can apply this starting tonight. Set your own liquid cutoff time about 3 hours before your usual bedtime. If you sleep at 9 p.m., stop drinking by 6 p.m. Watch for hidden liquids, teas, soups, watery fruits, broths, and certain meds. Shift your hydration to earlier in the day. Get most of your water in before mid-afternoon. If you need water at night for medications or emergencies, keep a small glass by the bed, but don't sip out of habit. Now, if you have health conditions like diabetes or take medications that make you thirsty, be sure to check with your doctor before making big changes. But for most people, this one habit alone can make a huge difference. Think about it. What would it feel like to finally sleep through the night again? To wake up rested, clear-headed, and ready to enjoy your day? Margaret told us later, "I feel like I got 20 years of energy back. And that's what I want for you too. So are you ready to try this? Let me know in the comments if you've ever noticed tea or soup affecting your sleep. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next habits. They're just as powerful. Coming up next, the second habit that 85% of older adults get wrong. And it starts with your dinner plate. Let's move on to the second habit that might be keeping you up at night, even if you've never made the connection before. Habit #2. Eating dinner too late and including foods that act like diuretics. Now I know how comforting a late dinner can be. Maybe you have a busy day, or you're just more relaxed in the evenings. But if you're eating too close to bedtime, and especially if your meals include certain healthy foods, your bladder could be paying the price overnight. Here's why. When we eat late, especially after 7 p.m., our digestive system doesn't have enough time to process the food before we lie down. And when your body's working on digestion, it's also handling all the liquids and natural compounds in your food, some of which actually stimulate your kidneys to produce more urine. That's what we call diuretic foods, and they're sneaky. Some of them sound healthy. In fact, many of them are good for you, just not right before bed. Let me give you a list of common ones. Tomatoes, cucumbers, celery, watermelon, coffee, green tea, chocolate, fresh herbs like parsley and cilantro sound familiar? They're in salads, snacks, desserts, and even drinks we often think of as relaxing. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Tampa, Florida. Robert used to eat dinner around 8:30 p.m., often with a healthy snack at 9:30 something, like sliced cucumbers, a square of dark chocolate, and green tea to help with digestion. He thought he was doing everything right, but he was waking up 3 times a night to use the bathroom, and during the day, he felt foggy and drained. When Robert heard about the connection between meal timing, diuretic foods, and nocturia, he decided to experiment. He moved his dinner to 6:30 p.m., cut out those foods after 4 p.m., and guess what? In just 10 days, he was waking up only once a night. And by the end of 3 weeks, he slept through the night 6 hours straight without interruption. And the benefits? They went far beyond just fewer trips to the bathroom. His digestion improved. His acid reflux nearly disappeared. He woke up feeling lighter, with less swelling in his hands and feet. And most importantly, he had his energy back. So how can you apply this in your life? Here are a few simple tips. Eat dinner at least 4 hours before bedtime. That means if you go to bed at 9 p.m., aim to eat between 5 o'clock and 6 p.m. Avoid diuretic foods after 4 p.m. Instead, choose sleep-friendly options like lean protein, chicken, fish, cooked vegetables, broccoli, carrots, complex carbs, sweet potatoes, brown rice. Calming foods like bananas or oatmeal. If you must eat later due to medications or your schedule, talk to your doctor about adjusting your meal timing or portion size safely. Robert told me later, I changed how and when I eat, and I feel 10 years younger. My wife even said, I haven't seen you this energized in ages. That's the power of syncing your meals with your body's natural rhythm. You give your digestive system a break, you calm your bladder, and you finally let your body rest the way it was meant to. So how late are you eating dinner these days? Have you ever noticed certain foods making your nights worse? Share your experience in the comments below. And if you're finding these insights helpful, give this video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. We've got more habits to cover, and the next one might surprise you. It's something most people think is smart, but it could be training your bladder in all the wrong ways. Stay with me. You don't want to miss habit #3. Alright, let's talk about a habit that seems harmless, even smart, but might be tricking your bladder in ways you never expected. Habit number 3, going to the bathroom, just in case before bed, even if you don't feel the urge. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a good idea? Shouldn't I try to empty my bladder before I lie down for the night? It makes sense on the surface, right? But here's the surprising truth. When you go to the bathroom out of precaution, not because your body actually needs to, unintentionally training your bladder to send urgent signals, even when it's not full. Let me explain. Your bladder is an incredibly smart, flexible muscle. It learns from your behavior. When you keep emptying it before it's even close to full, it starts to think, oh, we only need to hold this much. So over time, your bladder lowers its own capacity, sending those gotta go signals way too early. And that's when the cycle begins. You go to the bathroom before bed, just in case. Then your bladder wakes you up a few hours later. Not because it's full, but because it thinks it's supposed to. This exact thing happened to Dorothy, a 74-year-old widow from Seattle. Dorothy had what she called her safety ritual. She would go to the bathroom at least twice before bed, even if she didn't feel the urge. But then she noticed something strange. She was waking up more frequently, not less. 2 hours after falling asleep, she'd get that strong bladder signal, even though her fluid intake had been low. That's when she learned about something called Bladder retraining, a simple approach that helps your body get back to a healthy rhythm. Dorothy started doing one small thing differently. She only used the bathroom when she actually felt the need. If the urge was vague or driven by anxiety, she'd distract herself for 15 to 20 minutes reading a book, doing some light stretches, or just listening to music. And guess what? Within a few weeks, she was sleeping 5 to 6 hours straight, something she hadn't done in years. So how can you break this cycle? Here's a gentle plan. Only use the bathroom before bed if you clearly feel the urge. Not maybe, not just. In case, if you're unsure, give yourself a 15-minute distraction window. If the urge fades, it wasn't real. Avoid sitting in the bathroom waiting. That reinforces the habit. Over time, your bladder will relearn its natural volume and you'll feel more in control. Now, if you have conditions like incontinence or take diuretics, talk to your doctor before making changes. But for most people, this simple adjustment can make a huge difference. Dorothy told us, "I thought I was being careful, but I was actually training my bladder to panic. Now I sleep peacefully and I finally trust my body again." So let me ask you, are you using the bathroom because you truly need to, or because you're worried about waking up? There's a big difference, and recognizing it might be the first step to better sleep. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And if you're finding these strategies helpful, hit that like button and share this video with someone you care about. Up next, a surprising habit that involves your sleeping position and how a few small changes to your pillow setup might change everything. Stay tuned. Now this next habit is one that almost no one talks about, but it can have a surprisingly big impact on how often you wake up at night. Habit number 4. Sleeping in the wrong position or using the wrong pillows. Yep, that's right. The way you lie down in bed and the support you give your body can actually trigger nighttime urination. And once you understand why, it starts to make perfect sense. Let's break it down. When you sleep on your stomach or with poor pillow support under your neck and legs, you put extra pressure on your abdomen and bladder. That pressure can signal to your brain, hey, something's full down here, even if your bladder isn't actually full. It's like pushing on a water balloon. Your body gets the wrong message. On top of that, sleeping in a position that limits circulation, like lying flat on your back with your legs straight, can cause fluid buildup from your lower body to move back into your bloodstream as you sleep. That extra fluid, it gets processed by your kidneys and ends up in your bladder, right when you're supposed to be resting. But here's the good news. A few small changes to your sleep posture can make a big difference. The ideal sleeping position, especially for people dealing with nocturia, is on your side, preferably your left side. Why? It reduces pressure on your bladder, helps improve digestion and circulation, and supports your spine, neck, and hips in a more natural alignment. And adding a pillow between your knees can do wonders. It keeps your hips aligned and reduces tension on your lower back. Let me tell you about Frank, a 71-year-old veteran from Denver. Frank had always been a stomach sleeper. He'd slept that way for 30 years in the military. But over time, he noticed he was waking up too, even 3 times a night, not just to use the bathroom, but also with lower back pain. When he heard about the link between sleep position and bladder pressure, he decided to give side sleeping a try. It wasn't easy at first. He said it felt weird. But with the help of a few supportive pillows, one between his knees and one that cradled his neck, he made the transition. In just 2 weeks, Frank's nighttime trips dropped to once per night. And by the end of the month, some nights he slept through without waking at all. Plus, his back pain and snoring improved. 2. So how can you apply this? Try sleeping on your side. The left side is best for circulation and bladder positioning. Use a pillow between your knees to support your hips. Choose a head pillow that keeps your neck in a neutral position, not too high, not too flat. If you're A lifelong stomach sleeper. Don't force a sudden change. Start by shifting slightly to your side and using pillows for support. And if you have arthritis or joint pain, look into ergonomic or memory foam pillows. They can really help with comfort and alignment. Frank later told us, "I thought I was just getting older. Turns out I was sleeping all wrong. Now I sleep better, wake up rested, and even move better in the morning." Sometimes it's not about doing more, it's about doing things smarter. And your sleep position is a perfect example. So take a look at how you're sleeping tonight. A few tweaks could mean the difference between tossing and turning or sleeping like you did 20 years ago. Coming up next is a factor most people overlook completely: your bedroom temperature and the clothes you sleep in. You won't believe the impact it can have on your bladder. Stick around, you won't want to miss habit number 5. Alright, this last habit is one that surprises almost everyone. But once you experience the change, you'll wonder how you ever missed it. Habit number 5. Sleeping in a room that's too warm or wearing sleepwear that doesn't let your body breathe. Now, I know a lot of folks like to feel cozy at night. Thick flannel pajamas, extra blankets, maybe even sleeping with the heat turned up a bit, especially if you tend to feel chilly. But here's what most people don't realize: when your body overheats during sleep, it disrupts the natural hormone balance that helps you stay asleep and reduces the need to urinate. Let's talk about the science real quick. Don't worry, I'll keep it simple. At night, your body is designed to cool down. That small drop in core temperature helps trigger the release of vasopressin, the hormone that signals your kidneys to slow down urine production while you sleep. But if your room is too warm, or your pajamas and bedding trap heat, your body can't cool down properly. That throws off your hormonal rhythm, and you end up making more urine at night, just when you need rest the most. Let me share a story with you. Eleanor, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Miami, Florida, told us she used to wake up 4 to 5 times a night, and she had no idea her bedroom environment was the problem. "I love to feel warm," she said. "I slept with thick flannel PJs, closed the windows, and kept the air conditioner off even in Florida." After learning about the connection between body temperature and nocturia, Eleanor made 2 simple changes. She switched to light, breathable cotton pajamas, and she started sleeping with a quiet air conditioner set to 66 degrees Fahrenheit. In less than a week, she was waking up just once or twice a night. And after 3 weeks, she told us, "Some nights I sleep all the way through. I wake up energized like I used to." So how can you make your sleep environment work for you instead of against you? Here's your checklist. Keep your room between 64 degrees Fahrenheit and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, P-20 degrees Celsius. This is the sweet spot for hormonal balance and deep sleep. Use breathable fabrics, cotton, linen, or bamboo pajamas. Avoid synthetic or flannel materials that trap heat. Replace thick, heat-trapping bedding with lighter blankets you can layer and adjust. Use a ceiling fan, portable fan, or open a window if air conditioning isn't an option. If you tend to get cold, layer with light blankets instead of heavy pajamas. You can always adjust through the night. Bonus tip: your sleepwear should be loose-fitting and not tight around the waist, which can also put pressure on your bladder. Eleanor told us, "I never imagined something as simple as my pajamas could change my sleep. I feel younger, sharper, and more active during the day." So let me ask you, how's your bedroom temperature tonight? Are you giving your body the environment it needs to do what it was made to do? Rest, repair, and reset. If this part struck a chord with you, leave a comment below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because we're not done yet. In the next section, I'll show you how to bring all 5 of these changes together, so you can finally reclaim peaceful, uninterrupted nights starting now. So now that we've walked through the 5 hidden habits that may be silently sabotaging your sleep, it's time to put everything together and take back your nights, one smart step at a time. And here's the best part: None of these changes require medication, expensive gadgets, or dramatic lifestyle overhauls. They're simple. They're science-backed. And most importantly, they put control back where it belongs in your hands. Let's quickly recap. Set a liquid curfew. Stop drinking all fluids, including hidden ones, at least 3 hours before bedtime. Eat earlier and smarter. Avoid diuretic foods after 4 p.m. and finish dinner no later than 4 hours before sleep. Break the just-in-case bathroom habit. Only go when you genuinely feel the urge. Not out of worry. Sleep on your side with proper pillow support. Relieve bladder pressure and improve circulation. Cool down your room and your pajamas. Aim for 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit and breathable fabrics to support hormonal balance. Now, maybe you're thinking, that's a lot to change all at once. And that's okay. You don't need to be perfect. Just pick one and start there. Even one small adjustment tonight can lead to better rest tomorrow. And remember, your body is incredibly adaptive. When you give it the right conditions, it responds often, faster than you'd expect. That means more energy during the day, better focus, a calmer mood, and a renewed sense of confidence in your own body. Thousands of older adults across the country have already made these shifts, and the stories we hear every day are nothing short of inspiring. You don't have to accept broken sleep as your new normal. You can sleep better. You deserve to sleep better. If you found this video helpful, here's what you can do to support not just this channel, but the entire community of people just like you. Click that like button. It tells YouTube this content matters. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another life-changing tip. Leave a comment below. What change will you try first? And most importantly, share this video with a friend, spouse, or sibling who's also struggling with sleep. You might be the reason they start to heal. At The Elder's Guide, we believe that aging should be empowering, not limiting. And that, with the right tools and information, your best years can still be ahead. Thanks for spending this time with me. Until next time, sleep well, stay strong, and take care of yourself with wisdom and kindness.